I took a lot of L's from your brother. uh, I don't even know if I got to win. Every day we shoot, before like warming up for games. He used to come like 3 hours before us, but he used to come back out and warm up. I'm probably like maybe 42, 0-42 to your brother. How did it feel busting his ass in the driveway growing up?
Today, Cheryl Miller went on ESPN, and she ain't what began as a typical moment on Indiana's sideline swiftly expanded. Beyond a straightforward basketball exchange, the conversation erupted when Cheryl Miller intervened abruptly. Kelsey Mitchell and Stephanie White's. Everybody was discovering a new interpretation in the same few seconds as the discussion was repeatedly replayed. There seemed to be less consensus on what actually transpired as more people saw it. Indiana, after starting the season 4-2, the Fever had lost 2 in a row, and they're coming off a 16-point loss to the Fire yesterday. Cheryl, from what you're seeing what's happening in Indianapolis right now, there's its frustration, and unfortunately it's boiling over and it's being seen. It's one thing to have it behind closed doors, but when it spills over and when the coach has to basically say, hey, you know what, Caitlin, enough is enough. This is too disruptive. In and out, take a seat. You really don't want to miss this. So before we continue, hit the like and subscribe buttons. In athletics, some moments are no longer limited to the court. They quickly proliferated on phones, with social media evolving from basketball games into more extensive conversations about pressure, personalities, and how individuals understand what they see in the moment. So yeah, Subbard and Cheryl Miller decided to talk about the entire Caitlin Clark situation where she lost it as Stephanie White. And I don't think that it's like anything wrong was said. Like I really don't think anything wrong was said. Like there was criticism for Caitlin Clark here. While not overly criticizing her because I'm being real. That is precisely what is taking place in Indiana at the moment, where each possession, each glance from the sidelines, and as soon as is she Tony Allen? No. Is she Rajon Rondo? No. Is she as bad as everybody is making it out to seem? What appeared to be a typical coaching annoyance has now evolved into a full-fledged online investigator work where viewers may slow down, zoom in, replay every perspective, and create whole stories based on their responses. That was hardly a second long. See why the Indiana Fever was so cold last night? Because it got so heated on the sideline. They had to turn the AC on, man. They had to turn the AC on, man. It got heated, all right. It got heated on that sideline with Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark. And what I want to do is I want to show y'all the video of what happened, right? Then I want to show y'all some examples in the NBA of what I've seen. And then we're going to come back and we're going to kind of break down what Justine was doing. Kelsey Mitchell. A much discussed conversation involving Caitlin Clark, Stephanie White, and along with Kelsey Mitchell, what appeared to be a routine sideline correction soon became a hot topic of conversation, particularly in light of Cheryl Miller's suggestion that these instances frequently arise when stress levels rise. Fans interpreted the same event in a variety of ways as a result of the comment, which prompted an endless argument. Boy was going to make a video about this. Rhodes, is Stephanie White out? Is Stephanie White gone? Is Methany White gone? Rhodes, have we been saved? Is Jan Jansen what? Coming to coach the Fever? No. Unfortunately, one of the GOATs got by a Twitter X. Cheryl Miller's viewpoint was notable because she handled the situation as a typical competing athletics. Emotional interactions, corrections, and frustration are commonplace, but public attention frequently turns them into far more expansive narratives. Every encounter with Caitlin Clark is being examined by Indiana in a way that goes well beyond the actual basketball. A frustration, but it's also like not that crazy. This is the first time we've seen this. It doesn't have some deeper meaning to it. I've had moments like that with coaches. I think it speaks to relationships, player-coach relationships, like shout out Brian Aglur. You could say anything to that man and you could keep it moving. And then I had other coaches where maybe you couldn't and you have to learn each other in that way. But you knew the line, but you knew the line when it becomes disruptive. And then that's when even Kelsey Mitchell kind of chimed in and said like you need to go stand over here. and let us just regain calm and in our win. Miller's remarks brought basketball reality back into the spotlight. Players are challenged by coaches. Teams advance when players react. However, online debates persisted with many discussing leadership, communication, and team structure, while conjecture gradually eclipsed the original setting. Been saying that they want Cheryl Miller to be the coach of the Fever, and we got Sue Bird. Sue Bird getting in on the action as well. Not only that, we got Amber Cox blocking Jason Whitlock on Twitter. She's on a blocking spree. Now, I said about a week or two ago, Amber need to do what Kelly did at this point, and that's leave the internet. If you can't stand in the kitchen, get out. It's too hot for you. The oven might burn. From a basketball perspective, Indiana's opponents' defenses have made things challenging by restricting mobility and making more difficult choices, which often leads to frustration, but what is frequently a typical outcome. Such defensive pressure is perceived online as proof of more serious internal issues. Look like Stephanie White is talking about defense here. Okay, it looked like she's talking about defense. And Caitlin, she throws a hand up. And I agree that she was literally playing good defense at times. She has a hand up, but she gets the foul called on. It happened a lot. All right. And you have to know that after the league saw the Valkyries attack Caitlin Clark and they got away with it, and they won the game like that, and they saw that you weren't necessarily trying. Public opinion is still divided, notwithstanding the opinions of seasoned experts. While some perceive disorder, others perceive competition ardor. Consequently, body language, chemistry, and reactions are now analyzed in every Indiana game, frequently closer than the scoreboard itself. Anyway, let's take a listen to Subbard and Cheryl Miller about it and play at 1.5 times speed. And again, Cheryl Miller especially is not somebody that's out to get Caitlin Clark. They're starting the season 4. Receiver have lost 2 in a row, and they're coming off a 16-point loss to the Fire yesterday. Cheryl, from what you're seeing, what's happening in Indianapolis right now? There's its frustration, and unfortunately it's boiling over, and it's being seen. Each interaction on the sidelines keeps creating new stories. Some account called Fever Updates. This is the same account that last week, and my lighting is bright as hell. It takes a while this early in the morning for it to acclimate because there's no sunshine coming in. Anyway, this same Twitter account came out a couple weeks ago. I shot down a story on X that the Sparks Fever game got concurrently. The intricacy of in-game modifications gets lost when brief videos circulate more quickly than their context. White and Brienne January, how can we continue to steer this narrative in that direction? We're going to install this defense. We're going to install this defense, and it'll give plenty of fodder, plenty of material for people to turn around and start bobo going off on Caitlin Clark. Yesterday we have Cheryl Miller, an ally. I'm Cheryl Miller, an ally of Caitlin Clark. Is she? Is she? We have Shannon Sharp. The players themselves continue to concentrate on real-time problem solving. Outsiders respond to perception. But in the game, players respond to pressure and rivalry. That discrepancy between interpretation and actuality is frequently the starting point of contemporary sports disputes. Like, oh yeah, this is all on Stephanie White. It's not. I think Caitlin's hit a breaking point. I think Caitlin has absolutely hit a breaking point, but that's not a good thing. You can say what you want and be like, oh yeah, look, Caitlin Clark is like she is what she is. And when it comes down to it, in the next possession. If you loves this video, please like this video and subscribe this channel for more update.